Tension in Gabon continues to escalate following the presidential and legislative elections last weekend. President Ali Bongo Ondimba, whose family has dominated the Central African country for more than 50 years, was overthrown by soldiers on Wednesday. The coup leaders said they put Bongo under house arrest and imprisoned many cabinet officials because of his allegedly reckless leadership that put the nation at risk of anarchy. According to the army, the general who toppled Gabon's 55-year Bongo dynasty will be sworn in as interim president on Monday. The African Union's Peace and Security Council has resolved to immediately suspend Gabon following this week's military takeover. The opposition in Gabon has demanded that its candidate be declared the default winner of this past weekend's polls. Well, let's now speak to independent Africa analyst Jean Boissa about the situation. Jean, appreciate your time this morning. Can you provide a brief overview of the recent military coup in Gabon and certainly the peace and safety of the former president, if you will?
Good morning, Igor. Good morning to your viewers. If I may make a submission here with regard to what occurred in Gabon, which is a family affair, and it is a bit dubious to say that there was a coup. It certainly do not resemble what happened in Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, because we must understand that Mr. Nguema is actually the cousin of Ali Bongo, so it's a family affair. So to say so, what is apparently going to be here is the replacement or the depose of Ali by his cousin so that the dynasty continues. So we can't say here, unless they take us as Africans as fool, that this is a real coup like in other countries in Africa. And as I may speak now, in Martinique, in Guadeloupe, they are awaking, and they are waking up, rising up to defend the dignity of a human being.
Well, can you tell us, Jean, what we know about General Brice Oligui Nguema?
Well, General Brice Oligui Nguema was the head of the Republican Guard of the family. He is a billionaire. He is also, besides that, a close friend of the father of Ali Bongo, as is a cousin. And besides, he studied his military in Morocco, in the Royal Academy of Morocco. He has close ties not only with Morocco, but with France, with the US, and many other aspects of the capitalism and neocolonialism, neoliberalism affairs. So this is a well-drilled person who is here to continue and perpetuate the domination of Africans. So for me, General Oligui is not going to change the status quo of the Gabonese people. And we could have seen, and like in any other country where there were coups, there was no condemnation by the international community as we have seen in Niger. So this tells us that the man is a person who is linked to the capital world.
Now, the African Union has suspended Gabon's membership due to this military takeover. Do you anticipate that it will have any impact on the military rule in Gabon?
I think I have said it many times that the African Union need also to be revamped. It is very important that now we have young Africans that are asking for the dignity, that are asking for the well-being of Africans, that the African Union could also be revamped. Let me tell you something. For instance, they have created something that they call Agenda 2063. The people who did Agenda 2063 about 10 or 20 years ago, how old will they be? We can see that Paul Biya is 90 today. When he says Agenda 2063, would he be alive at that time? So I don't think that the African Union has something to say here. The only thing that we would like and would like to call as Pan-Africanists is the fact that we call on board a new African Union where the ordinary citizens have got a voice and can ask for instance, the well-being, the safety, the service delivery that will be channeled for their own good, because we are all human. It's not that some people that call themselves leaders should be there in a palace and the majority of the population is suffering. So the African Union is a toothless bulldog.
And that was independent Africa analyst Jean Boisse. Appreciate your time this morning.